Hello everyone and welcome to Playflow's weekly podcast on video game reviewing. I'm Bioshockraptor reviewing Assassin's Creed. It was released on the PS3, Xbox 360 and PC and is a sandbox game, meaning you can go anywhere in a restricted area rather than a linear path, and it's also a stealth adventure game. I'm reviewing the PlayStation 3 version. So it was created by Ubisoft, the same team that created Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time. This game was one of the most anticipated games of 2007 and was released in the last quarter of that same year. So you're an assassin who is in this big secret union who kills bad people so poor people can feel safe, I guess. The big deal about this story is that all the targets that you kill are real people from the real medieval ages. The main enemies that you encounter are the Knights Templar, which are also real. It is set in the Middle Eastern part of the world, in the Holy Land, in the Third Crusade, more accurately 1191 AD. While one half of the story is set in the past, the other half is set in the future. What's actually happening is there is this guy called Desmond, and his ancestor was the assassin you play as. These scientists capture him and do these weird test things, which is kind of hard to explain, but the easy way to say it is that they put him on this big metal bed with flashing colours. The flashing lights and colours scan him, and the scientists are able to look at his memories. They believe that your ancestors' memories are stored into your genes, and they want to unlock them to find out some information about the assassins. It's really epic and big. This part of the story is set in 2012 AD, and I must say it would have taken forever to come up with a story and conspiracy, you'll see what I mean when you finish the game, like this, which is brilliant. You only get to play as two characters, Desmond the captured bartender and Altair the assassin. There are some nice characters and some mean ones. Peasants will come up to you begging for food, while guards will tell you to get out of their sight, after which you kill them. Altair seems to be in his late 20s, maybe early 30s, and is a reasonably cool character. I like these characters, but the enemies are actually really annoying, especially the guards. So you can basically free run all around the city in this game, and it's great fun and deserves 5 stars. The combat isn't actually so great. There's only one button you press in combat, and it's kind of bland. There aren't very many combos, but there are a few. You have 4 weapons to use: your fists, a hidden blade, a sword, or throwing knives. Running up to people and leaping on them with your hidden blade is fun, but when you simply stand up and hold X after you've killed them, Altair puts his hands together and pretends to be praying. And he just walks off while the guards are all like, "Oh, who did this?" even though you're the only one in plain sight with swords and knives a meter or 2 away. Anyway, to do the free running, all you need to do is hold down R1 and X in the direction you want to run/jump. It does it automatically, and it does a pretty good job of it. There aren't any huge problems with the controls, but climbing up buildings can occasionally get annoying. You do the same thing when you're free running, but do it towards a wall that looks like you can climb it, and voila! The annoying thing about it is sometimes Altair moves in the wrong way you want him to go, and it takes him forever to move up a big building. The graphics in Assassin's Creed are what makes this game such a masterpiece. They're just so good. They look absolutely real, and the good thing is that it's the same graphics in the cinematics and gameplay. There are a few technical difficulties the game tries to manage that don't look quite good. But usually when there is a cinematic, the map and health bar pops up, and there even isn't a transition to change it. It's the same thing. The music is a really nice Middle Eastern feel and tune. It's not that noticeable, but when you're taking all day to climb up a building and there isn't not much else to do, I guess you actually start to appreciate it. It probably isn't an award winner nominee, but it certainly makes a large effect. This might not be a bad thing, and it might not be a good thing, but there is absolutely no multiplayer in this game whatsoever. The producer said that they were thinking of having cooperative play in the game, but it was too difficult to pull off with everything going on at once. There is no online or local multiplayer, and you could say this was either a bad move or a good move. But something that is good is that it's a pretty long game. It was just too fun to run through and try to finish it all together. With all the optional missions to do, there is over 20 hours in gameplay until it's over, but not unless you just quickly run through it and kill everyone straight away, that you'll only get 10 to 15 hours of it. So really it all depends on if you want to get it out and done with, or go through and do all the save the citizen and climb the specific tower missions, so you get to decide how much you get out of it. I think it's good that you get a choice and aren't forced to do things you may consider boring. Or when I finished Assassin's Creed, I didn't play it for a long time. I could say right now that there isn't much replay value, but there sort of is. There is an option to collect hundreds and hundreds of flags. I started over and did this, but I didn't get far when I decided it was too boring. Even though there are a few things that a few people may consider fun, the majority of people say there's not much point going through So there's lots of good things in this game and lots of bad things. The majority of it seems good, but there's two big things that everyone definitely will notice with playing Assassin's Creed, and that is the glitches and enemy artificial intelligence, which is the AI. There are so many glitches in this game, like the screen stopping for a second, body parts going through walls, enemies running into ladders and spinning around like strippers. There's just too many to list. Maybe if Ubisoft worked on the game for a couple more months, they could have fixed some of it. A big bad problem that I had was when I was playing and the game freezed altogether. Lots of people have reported it too. The AI is seriously really bad though. You kill someone in their face and walk off and pretend to pray, and they have no idea. But when you're randomly walking past, they start trying to kill you. It's all over the place and it's really bad and annoying. Okay. Well, I would give this game a 9 or maybe even a 10, but because of the annoying AI and glitches, it doesn't do so well. Assassin's Creed is also pretty repetitive, but that depends on what type of person you are. The game doesn't have much replay value, but makes up for it by having a pretty big length. The first playthrough will be magical, while the second won't be as good. There are huge vast cities to explore and do missions in, which is fun. And it's pretty good for a newcomer to just pick up the controller and play. Story 5 out of 5, characters 4, gameplay 3, controls 4, graphics 5, music 4, multiplayer 0, length 5, replay value 1. Overall rating 8. Awesome.